This is all camera, 4K, 24 plus, Rocksteady plus, 1.0x, what I'm reading on the front. It doesn't have Pro on, so that means nothing will be on. It does not have EIS priority enabled, and it doesn't have color enhance. Straight out of the camera. It's showtime! Now, the only thing I did here is add my Tech wireless mic. And off I go out of the under the street light to the total darkness, holding the camera in hand, steady as I can. The next step I do is I turn a light on. And I have an Anderson light. And I'll put down the description the best I can if I remember. And I am holding my camera as steady as possible. The next step is underneath a little stronger light, a little lower. Only thing I did different now is turn on color enhance. The next thing I'm going to do now is start to ride. As I ride from one light to the next, my next step will be turning on my light. And that should conclude straight out of the camera, plus color enhance only. I have my Anderson light on and my Tech wireless mic, and I'm riding along again, 4K 24. EIS priority is not on, and ProRes is not on with any of the settings. All I have on is the default to the camera, plus color correction or color enhancement. I turned on Pro. The only thing on Pro will be on what I touch is the EV value to negative 1.0. As I'm under and riding to the next street lamp that's a little bit higher this time round, I can't do the same scenes and do it over and over and over. My next step is to turn on my light. It is good to have light because sometimes you don't have light above you. I'm holding my camera out arm's length and I'm holding it head high. Now this is pretty fair to have a light beaming from the right and underneath me and in front of me. This test should be the same 4K 24, EV negative 1.0, white balance 5,000 Kelvin versus the 4,500 they chose when I looked at the camera. And also the ISO is 100 through 12,800 haven't been touched yet because that will be the next test. Light above, ride to the next light, turn the light on. It's going to be the repeat process. As we know in my settings, with the additional feature of white balance, 5,000 light to light. The next step is turning on my light. I'm trying to get to the next light above, the light on me, 4K 24, EV negative 1.0, white balance on 5,000 Kelvin, ISO defaulted 100 through 12,800. If I adjust the EV value, nothing's going to happen. I forgot to do the EIS priority enabled. I'm under a street light with camera defaulted, the default settings, everything else is off, and you have right now EIS priority enabled. That lowers the light, that gives less of a jitter for iOS. EIS, I apologize, and I am going to have to, turn the light on because I'm going to ride now from light to light, and you can see how dark the video is, and then I am going to turn a light on me. A light is on me and above me and riding along, and I should be, darker and comfortable like so. All right, so my next test is getting on to 10-bit from default, which is impossible. 10-bit Must have Pro on. I have 10-bit on ProRes, and everything else gets, changed around. EV value 0.00, white balance automatic, AWB, and the ISO would be 100 through 12,800, whatever the camera chooses, and there is all my light above and around. I have a light above and a light on me, and I'm going, and we may hit a bump right now. And here we are. The only thing I need to do now is to set my camera up to the best way I can for me shooting the video. And I forget, I have to bring my EV value down, negative 1.0. And yeah, I gotta put my white balance on, and then I can adjust some of my ISO, and I got everything the way I said I am doing while I'm looking at the camera. All the light that you can imagine, doing a good job indeed. This is not fair when ProRes 10-bit auto white balances to 5,000 Kelvin, change to manual right now, EV negative 1.0. I need to get out of the light and get into the natural light of riding to give it a fair shot like I'm doing right now. There's no light above me until the next 50 feet or so, and here comes the street lamp above me. This should be the best of the camera. I haven't changed my ISO to 400 because I can't do 400 to 12,800. I have the light on me, and I tried to look if I could change to 400 and up. No, I can't bring the minimum ISO up there and all. I can only, change things so much. I got to do my test in a quieter environment, and we'll move on. If I say I see the sun not coming up, but you know how it's on the very bottom in the distance and the sky starts to get color? That's what I see. So you could kind of get the idea of the shot and shots I've been shooting it just before that sun was getting up. I don't have a light on me, but I am holding my camera nice and steady in hand. Yes, indeed. And if I start to move up and down like this, everything's going to get jittery and all. Yeah, the Action 3, you hit it just right and get that sitting there. You better write it down because you're going to forget. And you're going to say, oh man, how did you get that perfect shot at that moment? I did my tests. I went out there, and that's exactly what's happening. Oh man, I wish I could remember the exact settings, and I'm happy with my Action 3. But when I watch my friend's videos, and you can check out his channel, My Gig User, up here or up here, down there, or wherever, and you'll notice his GoPro Hero 11 is mighty fine. Yes, indeed. Another chap does a good job with his new Hero 11, and maybe I'll get mine soon. And check his channel out down here, wherever, and his name is Ohio Fred. Oh yeah, don't forget Steve WB. He loves his Action 3. He's in it for the run. And he's doing a good job with this camera when he puts up an Action 3 video. So we're good with our cameras. We like our cameras. I am not 100% happy, but I have to figure out why inside the house, natural light in the window, sun doesn't hit me in the winter, or why I look blurry. And I'm not saying this, but check out the video of me flying a drone, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I'm on the side of the camera. I wasn't sure if I had ultra wide on. That caused the issue. Don't forget to rate, comment, show some love! Close up, I was fine, but when I went to the side, I wasn't. On that note, I'm Fish. Have a good one.